Hi, my name is Jim Melvin. I'm a Republican candidate for county commissioner. I'm a local fellow born and raised here in Santa Rosa County, and after high school I went to the University of West Florida. I did a bachelor's degree in business administration, and I was selected for Air Force pilot training. I flew for the Air Force for 23 and a half years. The last several years on active duty I was a budget officer, which means that I was responsible for building and managing my boss's multi-million-dollar budgets. I got really good at that and enjoyed that sort of work. So when I retired, we came back home, went to the University of West Florida, and I got a master's degree in accounting. I became a certified public accountant. I worked up and down the peninsula, Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa County, some in Walton, as a CPA up until 3 years ago. When my wife retired, I retired. I'm no longer licensed to practice. I'm a retired CPA. I'm running for county commissioner because I'm upset with the direction that we've taken, specifically with some of the recent purchases in Santa Rosa County. I think that the two issues in this race are integrity and common sense. I was raised in a house with really strong moral values. I was taught that my word was my bond, that a handshake was a contract, and that above all other things I had to avoid even the appearance of an impropriety. I've seen several transactions that at least puzzle me as to why they took place. Common sense is a big issue with me. It doesn't make common sense to me to buy something that you don't need that's overpriced. Just don't understand that. I'm running for county commissioner because I want to give back to my county. I'm a native. I was born and raised here. That question. I was practiced as a CPA up and down this strip for years. I've spent my work day down here. I'm the past president of the Navarro Rotary Club. I'm very active in the affairs here. My wife and I own a condo here, and we're partners in a piece of commercial real estate property. I am very connected to the south end of Santa Rosa County. I think that the south end of Santa Rosa County should be the economic engine that drives the economy for Santa Rosa County, and it just hasn't been nurtured and allowed to grow. I am very pro-business, and jobs will be my #1 priority. Absolutely. Tourism, obviously, is the largest commodity we have to offer here in the south end of Santa Rosa County, and we need jobs. I think that we've done a good job with our TDC. I think we can do a little bit better job. I intend to work with those people very closely to ensure that we're doing all the things we could be doing, should be doing to attract tourists. And I'll be working with the industrial development side, currently known as Team Santa Rosa, to recruit high-dollar, low-impact industries for Santa Rosa County, like the Silicon Valley folks. I think that if we were to go out to the California industrial belt into the computer side of things, we could really pitch Santa Rosa County and move some really wonderful jobs out of horrendously high tax areas into Santa Rosa County and bring some super good jobs to Santa Rosa County. Like I said, I'm a retired CPA, and I spent my entire career as a certified public accountant supporting the businesses up and down 98, and I have a very in-depth knowledge of what their problems are. First of all, we have to nurture our small businesses and make sure that we keep them open, and we do that by not over-regulating them or making it unnecessarily difficult to deal with the county. Following up on that, that is also how you recruit new businesses. You make Santa Rosa County more user-friendly. Right now, it's not as user-friendly as it could be. So you preserve what you have in the way of the small business owners, and you try to create an atmosphere that fosters more economic growth and development. I have yet to see a governmental budget that doesn't have some fat in it. Just every single one I've ever laid my hands on has some room for improvement, and I'm sure that's the case with the Santa Rosa County budget. Now, I believe this upcoming budget is already settled, and that budget targets is $108 million a year, and there's a $3.5 million shortfall that I already know how to resolve. There's an $8.5 million electrical utility fee fund that the Board of County Commissioners reserve exclusively for their own use, and they use that for parks and recreation, road and bridge, and a few other things. So the money is there right now. So we've got this budget in hand. The problem is going to be the year after that. Remember that the governmental budgets change in October. So our new budget begins October 1. And that budget's been settled, it's been agreed upon, and those targets are set. It's the one that we'll be making next October that's going to be a problem. And hopefully in that 12-month time frame, things won't be as bad. The revenue predictions are pretty dire right now. Perhaps they won't be as bad as they're estimating. But if they are, hopefully by that time we will have had time to do a streamline, to do the tightening up that we need to do. And the employees of Santa Rosa County can help with that, because there's always a more efficient way to do things. And it's going to be a team effort, but we're all in this together, and we can tighten up without having to cut the core. Of course, you've got, fire and police and ambulance, those emergency services, those emergency responder services absolutely have to be protected. And they'll be the most protected of all the items on the table. And then the other things we'll just have to deal with as we come to them, and just see what we have 12 months down the road. It would stand very high in priority, and I don't know how you hurry up the long lead-in, because once you put a project in the state pipeline, it's years before it falls out the other end. But there's some common sense things we can do right now to help streamline that. We've all seen how hurricane evacuations work. All we have to do is program the lights eastbound in the morning when people are leaving our area here and going to work, Hurlburt, Fort Walton, and up toward Eglin. And in the afternoons, switch the priority over to the other lane and streamline the flow. It's a fixed volume pipe, if you'll think of the highway as a pipe, and you only way to increase throughput in that pipe without increasing the diameter of the pipe is increase the velocity. Now, we don't want the traffic flying up and down 98, but we can eliminate pieces of the traffic stops. We can give priority to the green light eastbound in the mornings, and priority to the green light westbound in the afternoon, and all that takes is a session or two with a highway engineer, and that will alleviate some of the problem until we can fix it. I understand that feeling, and in the past, unfortunately, that's been true. Boards of county commissioners for the last 10 or 12 years, for whatever reason, haven't recognized our full potential here. I fully recognize that potential. That obstacle will go away with me. As a matter of fact, I think it's ridiculous that you should have to go to Milton to see your county commissioner. When I'm elected, I fully intend to keep office hours here on the south end. I don't know what my committee assignments will be at this point in time, but once I get those committee assignments, I will pick a whole day that I'm not otherwise tied up doing something else, and I will keep office hours here at the complex in Navarre, so that I am available to the citizens here in the south end, and I am very much in tune to what happens here. I've been doing that most of my adult life as a military officer. Nobody is indispensable, and I learned that long ago. You just step in and you begin to pick up the reins and move on. And you surround yourself with good people, and you insist that they function, and you create the atmosphere to allow them to function and to allow them to succeed. And the old Ronald Reagan mantra, you trust but verify. You follow up with them, you make sure that they understand what your priorities are, that those priorities are being executed. And as far as the oil spill goes, that's priority number one. And if there's anything we can do proactively to keep it from settling on the beach, and having to deal with it in our quartz sand, that's going to be my approach. Unfortunately, it seems like the approach has been to wait to see where it hits, and then we'll try to get it up and clean it up. And I want to be far more proactive than that.